showing off my latest Blood Bowl team. This is from Willy Miniatures. It is it's their Undead XXL team, and I bought it to play in my league this season, which starts up in a couple weeks. I'll be running it as a necromantic team. With the Undead XXL team, you actually get enough figures to field. Well, you can run it as a necromantic team with the flesh golems and the wights and 2 of the ghouls and the werewolves, or you have enough here to also run it as a straight undead team, minus the flesh golems, but adding in the mummies, taking out the werewolves. So I will take a minute to just show off some of the figures, but this is the team as it is laid out. I've already assembled, cleaned them up, removed the flash, and then primed them, and I can already see that I missed a few mold lines, so I'll probably have to go back and fix those. But this is it. Let's see if I can't zoom in just a little bit here, and I will clear the way and show off the models a couple at a time. So, starting with the werewolves, and forgive me as I'm learning to frame this stuff. You get 2 werewolf models. They're both unique. The one here on the, I guess it's your right, is holding a football and kind of charging or jumping forward in an attack pose. Fiddly little miniatures when it came to putting the tails together, but really great detail. These wolves were one of the reasons why I just loved the Willy Miniatures line. And yeah, there's a mold line in there that I need to get at. And then the second one here, we'll move this guy aside. This one is not holding a football. Kind of has an arm out, swooping like it's coming in for an attack. I chose to do the jaw a little different on this one. I didn't have it completely open. I just liked the way it fit. I will say that as much as I love these miniatures, they were a pain to put together. Specifically with the tail and the jaws. The bottom jaw was actually a separate piece for each of these wolves, but I do like the way they turned out. So a little extra effort, but I like them. Next we'll look at the zombies. So again, the pack I bought came with 4 zombies, and each one again is a unique pose. So we'll start, get them in the frame. Let's start with 2 at a time again. This guy's got his hand like he's about to come down with a punch, and the other one outstretched there in front of him, maybe for balance. Let's see if I can't tilt. The faces are kind of skull-like, a little hard to see here on this guy. And then this one here, again, punching with the left hand in kind of a squatting position. Really dynamic. They did a great job making each one of these a little unique. Then, let's see, the last 2, love these. Let's start with this guy. This guy begs to just be a dirty player. He has, you know, just coming down with a big kick, and I know just the guy in my league who will be the beneficiary of these kicks, I'm sure. Anyway, that's number 3, and then here is zombie number 4. Almost a more traditional pose, hand outstretched like he's looking for brains. Eyes a little more bulging out. when I primed these, I did kind of more of a gradient prime, darker underneath, a little gray on the straight ahead, and then coming from the top with a little bit of white, just to help me see the shadows and such when it's time to paint. But yeah, love the zombie models. Then I guess next will be the ghouls, and I really enjoy the ghoul models here. Let's see if I can't get two of these in the frame at once. Love the look. They give you multiple head options to really customize each of these, and again, a lot of parts to put together, and they're a little small, so especially compared to the zombies, which are probably closer to 32 millimeter. But definitely worth the effort. What I liked about these heads were that they almost had kind of a Venom look from the Spider-Man comics. Really kind of nasty ghouls with the tongues kind of sticking out. And anyway, these two models are great. They're kind of squatting real close to the ground, just coming at you. This guy's a little harder to see, I guess, but his face is tilted a little, head tilted a little bit, with that tongue kind of just hanging out on the side there. Love it. That'll be a lot of fun to paint. Definitely worth the effort. What I liked about these heads were that they almost had kind of a Venom look from the Spider-Man comics. Really kind of nasty ghouls with the tongues kind of sticking out. And anyway, these two models are great. They're kind of squatting real close to the ground, just coming at you. This guy's a little harder to see, I guess, but his face is tilted a little, head tilted a little bit, with that tongue kind of just hanging out on the side there. Love it. That'll be a lot of fun to paint. So those are the first two ghouls, and then the second two are actually standing up a little bit more. Let's see. This first one here is holding a football, and got a little cheesy ghoul smile there. A lot of teeth showing. Back, the spine coming out of there, coming out of the back there. And this one's looks like he's about to go airborne, maybe. Really good work. So after the ghouls, let's take a look quickly at the whites. These are also great models. Let's see if we can't get them in the camera there. The faces are great. I might even try to zoom in just a little bit to see them. They have kind of a that skeleton face underneath these. I guess like a headdress looking helm there on his armor, and then in the back, really quality work. Just so much detail. A lot of armor. The painted versions on their website are just amazing. So these are great. I think they're going to look great all painted up. And then here's the other one again. I think you can see that skull a little bit better. He looks great. Again, tons of detail on the belt, the armor, and the spike, everything. So his helmet's a little more of a winged kind of thing going on. But definitely love these guys. So we'll put those there, and then the flesh columns are next, and these guys are huge. I will pan back out, or zoom back out, just to get them both in the frame and show you at the same time. And what I may do is just bring one of the ghouls back to give you an idea of just how big these things are. I mean, literally just so big, huge compared to the ghouls. Anyway, I which is appropriate for Blood Bowl. Because it's themed right. The flesh golems are strength 4 and they're compared to the normal strength 3, and they really are the two kind of big guys for the team. And I will be fielding both flesh golems right away for season 1. So again, 2 models, both unique. This first one had multiple heads, but this first one I chose to go with a mask. I actually built these almost, I think, exactly like they were built for the website. The team that Willy Miniatures was showing off, I just really dig the way they were put together, and there were tons of options. Again, real customizable. I think you had different options in arms and in the heads, and how you did some of these attachment things. But I really like the way they were put together and the way they chose to do it. So while sometimes I will be a little more creative, and in this instance, I really didn't want to go far from what they had. You can see they're real kind of, you know, in typical flesh golem fashion. They're kind of like stitched together. Humans, the detail here on the back is just incredible, and I love the way that this kind of machete, sword, knife, arm attachment thing has the the wire and stuff in there. It'll be again a lot of detail to paint, but I think it'll be worth the effort. So that's the one flesh golem, and then the second one has more of a traditional Frankenstein looking face. I'll come in just a little bit just to kind of see if I can get an idea of how that'll work. Yeah, he's got more of a squared head and that kind of iron metallic jaw bolted in there, and a fake jaw bolted in. Looks great. Again, the detail, the muscles, it all looks wonderful. It'll be fun to paint it up. So anyway, those are the 2 flesh golems, and then finally, for when it's fielded as an undead team, are the mummies. And these are both great. Tons of bandages. Really, the detail again is still amazing. I love the spike on the hand, the one hand on this guy kind of coming up. It looks almost like he's asking for a high five, but I'm pretty sure he's going to bring it down and hurt somebody. Great bandages, great detail here on this one. He's got one leg up in the air. He was fun to kind of pin to ensure that he wasn't going to come loose with just the one leg there, but he's good. Let's see if I can again come in tighter and give you more of a close-up, so without getting my hands on the camera. Again, helmet looks good. There we go, I can spin on that. One thing I love about mummies like this is that even if I missed a mold line or two, it'll just look like the bandages are a little bit out of whack. So he's good, and I'll get you more of a close-up of this guy. And that's that. Again, that great skulls. They do a good job sculpting this team. I'm a big fan of the Willy Miniatures. You pay for the quality, that's for sure. I think I want to say this entire team, as an American, probably cost me around $120. But because I can field it as 2 teams, it actually ends up being the way I justify it is that it ends up being about $60 a team, which is about right. I know I don't get as many miniatures as I would if I had purchased 2 teams, but I can paint this all up at the same time, which I will, and then use all the same colors for all the miniatures in terms of the theme for the team. Then I'll get to use it as an achromatic team this season, and next season I may, who knows, I may play it as an undead team. So that's that. Anyway, this was again Willy Miniatures. I'll see about putting a link in the description for the video. Give everyone a chance to see them firsthand and kind of all painted up what they look like. You can see it on the website.